Hey guys, it's Raven Tactical here, wearing the new Russian Spez hat. I thought it was kind of a cool thing that I found from a buddy of mine. Um, it's been a while since I posted a couple things, and I've been kind of holding off, kind of waiting for facts to come in, things to come in so that it's true, so that we're not regurgitating maybe bad information. You've all seen it. You've all seen the posts of Trump's going to activate the military and arrest everybody and have, the Insurrection Act. I honestly don't think that's coming, based on a few things. What happened at the 6th with the Capitol riots and the staged event, in my opinion, with that and the Republicans all turning their backs on the president and could invoking the 25th Amendment, I don't think he's in a position to do the Insurrection Act. I wouldn't say it's entirely off the table, but it's just unlikely. The probability is low. I don't think it's going to be a peaceful transition just based on the fact that people are mad, people are angry. It's so politicized and so divided in this country that people are upset, and rightfully so. The election was stolen, in my opinion. And if you want to disagree with it, that's fine. I just can't figure out how you voter turned out the way it was, and then, for a guy that was really not there. So the 6th, they did the count. People were hoping that Pence would basically step in, and he went along with the count. People who initially said they were going to say that it was fraud flipped their vote and said it was legal. Trump spoke at the rally, and he was peaceful about it. And he told them to follow the law and do what was needed. Then all hell broke loose, and I think it was a staged event. They stormed the Capitol. What happened there is kind of, nobody knows. Like, you have video and proof of it, but you don't know what groups are what. You don't, some people said it was Antifa, some people said it was white supremacist. I couldn't tell you. Some people were mad and attacked the group. I think it was intentional, just the way that the left plays games with pulling back security and not providing things. They left doors open and opportunity. I think it's a shame. People are now going to have 20 years or 10 years being in a federal prison when people who burnt down entire Seattle and took it over are free to go. I think it's kind of the split side of it. The next event is probably going to be on the 20th. It's already being prepared for. Basically, right now, DC is under lockdown. If you don't have a job card, basically, you will not be able to get in. Everything is shut down. They have roughly, and I'll even put it up here, I don't know the truth of this. They have claimed there's 21,000 National Guard troops. Yeah, there's 21,000 National Guard troops. I don't understand how they did it, because the logistics alone of 21,000 National Guard troops seems ridiculous. Our state, when I did, it took almost 6 months to a year build up to send 3,000. So, it's a weird number. I can't figure it out. But you've seen in the news, they're all over the place. They're using them for protection, guarding the buildings, guarding all the head places. I don't know what to expect from it. The weirdest thing that I ever got was an Army Times article, which is kind of take or leave it, was that some of these troops and some of the units were being pre-selected based on what their values and political values were. Anybody that showed maybe loyalty towards libertarian or Trump's side of you, I guess, were not being allowed in. Whether that's true or not, it's from Army Times. I'll try to put that article in the description too. Things that are coming on now. So, comms, right? Any of the high figures like Trump, Ron Paul, they're getting their Facebook, Twitter, all their major media, social media accounts are being shut down. The alternatives that we have basically preached about, if you want a messaging program that does basically video, phone, voice, and all that, Signal and Telegram. Signal right now, actually, I think has so many people that signed up that it crashed their servers. So Telegram would be your backup. I would say that's a pretty good combination. Get your people on Signal and Telegram. Start weaning yourself off Facebook. I know the Facebook account I have is really just for this site, and that's really well it will be. And you need to start looking at different things. There is, let me try to think of what it's called. There's alternatives for email too. And I think one of the emails is called like temp, like Templar. And it's very small. And you can find it still in the app stores and whatnot. I think it's called Templar. And it's supposed to be encrypted. Oh, and that's what I should tell you too. Both Signal and Telegram are both encrypted messaging programs. Whether or not someone could hack it, that's not my world. But at least for some part of it, they're not owned by Google and they're not owned by Zuckerberg, so they're not really there to get you. Templar is also an encrypted email, so it's pretty decent for yourselves, and it's pretty new, so that you actually have enough where you can create your username and profile and be yours. Things to expect. So I kind of touched base on the martial law kind of thing. I probably spelled it wrong, but I don't know if they would declare martial law. I don't know. It depends what happens on the 20th. If there's massive, in my opinion, and the feeling I got is, or have, is that the 20th is going to have a massive false flag event. I hate to use that term because I think it's kind of silly sometimes, but if you remember the Vegas shooting and just the weirdness around it, the 20th could turn out to be like the Vegas shooting, where you have something that kicks off. And for what reason? I don't know. Why would you have it? Well, I should know. They want to cause chaos. They want to cause destruction. Because what can they do with the 20th when they go, ooh, the Patriots are attacking and doing all these bad things? Well, invoke martial law. Well, when you invoke that martial law, you can use troops to go around and do, hey, we didn't like your posts. We didn't like your, we know you have guns. We know you have this. And the gun ban, So gun control would be one I'm going to put down here. So you're going to expect to see gun control. So we'll come back up here. So the roundup of the outspoken, you're starting to kind of see the Twitter feeds and all their Facebook go down. But you're also going to see camps for re-education. I mean, I know it used to be kind of a conspiracy thing, but it's what China does. China sends people that don't fit in to their core, and they give them a chance to be re-educated and tortured. The economy expected to die, especially with the new economy plans that the new, president, if you want to call him that, comes out. The economy dies. Especially with $15 an hour minimum wage, and just continuously printing money. Nobody's ever done a great job in the economy as far as presidents I looked at, but it's eventually dying. So I think this might be the time we see it. One thing that really concerns me is the European Union is going after Bitcoin, and they want to regulate it, they want to control it. So if you all remember when the internet was in the 90s, it was very free, you could do what you wanted, and now you can't, right? Well, Bitcoin was kind of like that, where it's very free, you could do what you wanted, you're on your own, but now if the government gets involved, what's going to happen? Well, Bitcoin is what I've always said would become the currency style. Because if they go to a digital currency, they could use Bitcoin similar, where you have nothing. You have your cell phone or a chip that basically says, here's how much money is in your account, it ties everything to you, you'll never be able to go anywhere. So money gets locked up. Well, if you're maybe an aggressive person, maybe they're going to freeze your bank accounts. You don't want to get the vaccine, maybe they freeze your bank account. It's ways to force people into what they want. Gun control. People have talked about how gun control will never happen because blah, blah, blah. People will rise up and defend themselves. Several gun channels don't even think it's going to happen because it's, they've always said this before. Well, guess what? They control the House, the Senate, they have the presidency, they have the ability to stack the Supreme Court. Whatever they want, they'll get. And they have a very aggressive socialist group there. They're not afraid to hide it anymore. They're not afraid to be stepping back. So expect gun control and expect it to be incredibly insane. And don't expect the Republicans to even bother standing up for it. They've all shown that they just want to be in office to have a job, and they're not going to fight. You're on your own. And nobody's coming to save you. So it's you, your group, your people. So with that, I'm going to basically end current events. I'm gonna try to at least keep posting current events, but as you see, I'm busy, so I try to at least come in and do a couple things. There is a product review coming up that I did record, and we'll be doing one more gun review. So thank you. It's Raven Tactical out.